So I'm delighted to say I'm joined on the line by Nikita Buffee, Head of Business Development and Partnerships at Allied eSports of Europe. Nikita, thanks very much for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me on.
So the reason we actually have you on is that there's a big eSports tournament taking place in Croke Park from Friday to Sunday. Can you just explain to me what that tournament actually is?
Yeah, so it's a huge Fortnite tournament that's being run all over the UK and Ireland by eStars. Last year, eStars launched in Ireland and travelled around the country at various football clubs and hosted a League of Legends tournament. And the finals were at the 3 Arena. It was really well received. It was a great success. And we decided to expand it and kind of integrate the newest and hottest game, which is Fortnite. Kids and adults are all playing and competing against one another for a chance to make the finals and potentially win up to £25,000.
And Croke Park's a massive arena. You were in the 3 Arena last year, So you have obviously expanded again. How many people actually attend these tournaments?
Well, it really depends on thousands is the brief answer. It kind of depends on which tournament you're talking about, what level of viewership, all these sorts of things. It's different. It's like cricket or rugby. If you want a test match, is going to have a different one to a 20 side.
And would it be a mix of all ages, or would it be predominantly male, female, or would there be a good demographic of people at it?
It definitely skews a bit more to the males. I think people would be surprised though about the amount of girls that are now playing in video games and competing in esports. They're still small, but everyone in the industry is trying to encourage that. So majority will be male. Fortnite has a bit of a younger player base, so we will get kids from the ages of 12, but really it can go all the way up into your 30s and so on. So I'm 29 and I play Fortnite, and so do all my friends. So you really have a huge range there.
Yeah, and the grand prize at this tournament is 25 grand, and like you said, there's a wide variety of ages that played, and it was actually a 13-year-old that won the Glasgow tournament, so he walked away with 25 grand.
No, 25 grand is for the overall event,
overall prize.
The very finals. We're not doing 25 grand each event just yet. Maybe next year, guys, if you buy enough tickets, it's all is possible. But yeah, he won a prize. He was a really great kind of creative player. And just also, the timing was right. Everything went his way. And I think he ended up with like 21 kills, which beat his previous best by 6.
Okay, so there's a lot of people out there that probably have heard of Fortnite. Some of them, probably their sons or their daughters or their nieces or nephews probably play it, but they don't actually know what it is. So can you just explain to them what Fortnite is and how the game works, what the format is, and how you actually win it?
Sure. Fortnite is basically the biggest and most exciting game on the planet at the moment. The way it works is that 100 players are put together onto one map, and they all drop down and they have to run around and gather gear and then compete against one another to be the last man standing. So it's basically a survival game. It's called Battle Royale. And it's a really exciting and dynamic format. And it mixes kind of shooting mechanics because there are guns involved. You have building mechanics because you can gather resources and build structures defensively, offensively. And then you have cerebral mechanics because the most important thing is actually your decision making. And that's what's going to set apart, good players from great players. They estimate it's made about $3 billion over the course of the year. It's absolutely insane how big it's become. And Epic deserve all the credit because they managed to kind of continue the love, fascination. I think it being free to play is a huge thing because it means that people don't have to put that upfront commitment of 25 to 40, 50 pounds or euros towards the game and see if they like it. They can just hop in no matter what device they want to play on, and it's free, and they can try it out and they can have a great time. And if they do love the game, and if they want to support it or they want to get some cosmetics and so on, they can actually then pay to get the battle pass or buy certain things. But those things can also be earned for free in-game.
And it's also the YouTubers make the access to the game a lot more accessible to the likes of younger viewers, the 15 to 17 demographic. And there's a player called Ninja. He has 19 million followers on YouTube, and he's played with the likes of Dele Alli from Tottenham and some of the other professional footballers out there. How good is Ninja?
Oh, Ninja is great. He used to actually be a Halo Pro player. He was always a really aggressive, dynamic character on the scene. So I've been following him for over 10 years now. And he was really a great player. And then he's transitioned into a streamer. And you can see him playing now. And he's one of the best players out there. There are other players that can definitely compete against him. But this is, again, something that I think Epic has done a really great job about, is they've understood that engaging with streamers, YouTubers, Twitch stars, and then also amateur stars. So we're talking about, like you mentioned, Dele Alli. He's a pro football player, nothing to do with eSports, but he loves the game. And Epic have done a great job about bringing all of that together. And I think that's really also helped propel Fortnite to, the success that it's managed to achieve.
And I suppose that is one of the interesting parts about esports in particular, is that it has a huge online presence. And there are people who have started to make money simply by filming themselves play these games online and play against their friends. And what do you think that it is that makes this so interesting to people online, especially the younger people? Why do you think they're so interested in watching these people play the game?
It's one word: entertainment. And it's the thing that drives so much of our economy. It's all about entertainment. And these people who are filming themselves and who are YouTubers and Twitch streamers, they are entertainers at heart. And they basically are playing a game. Some of them aren't even great at the game. They're just good at the game. But they're so funny, charismatic, dynamic, interesting, that they're able to engage with their audience and keep them captivated over periods of time. And I'm going to preempt a question that many adults and kind of parents ask me: why would you watch someone else play a game? For the same reason you would watch a professional football player play football or rugby, because you want to see the best people in the world compete and play the game at the highest level that can be done at.
And as well as reporting on this tournament that's taking place this weekend, I'll actually be playing in it.
Awesome.
Now, I'm not very good at Fortnite. What are some of the do's and don'ts of Fortnite?
Well, first thing is, come say hello to me and I will make sure you get a little practice run, and I'll give you some basic runs and tips. I personally think that so many people focus on building that it's some advantages is actually don't focus on building and focus on sneaking around, because everyone ends up building high up in the sky and they look at other builders that they forget sometimes about the person that's kind of running around on the ground. That's what I do. Focus on your shots, take your time, stay calm, and don't get too aggressive. Don't run in blindly, because that's you'll pay for that.
At these big tournaments, how frowned upon is the bush tactic? So anybody who doesn't know what the bush tactic is, it's basically finding the nearest bush you can inside the circle that you can hide in until everyone else dies, and then you just keep sneaking around and hiding in the bush. So how frowned upon, how angry would the gamers get if I did that?
I mean, I think they'd probably get super angry, but it's a legitimate tactic. Like, at the end of the day, if that's how you get your win, and that's what matters. And the truth is that people know about it. So if they're standing there in the circle and they can't see anyone else, and there's one bush and you can see a little bit of your hair sticking out at the top, they should be able to figure it out. And if they get fooled by it, that's on them.
So how angry do people actually get at these tournaments? Because there's a lot riding on them. So there must be a bit of frustration, and there must be a couple of controllers smashed at least.
No one smashed any controllers. Most people, that's a bit of I think that's an urban legend. It happens, but it's kind of gotten away with, and people think it's happening all the time. Most of the kids are super well behaved. People do get frustrated, but I think it's more about themselves. They want to put in the very best performance. They want to play the best, and they want to win. And just like anyone who's competitive, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you want to be the best. And so when you feel like you're not performing to that level, or unfortunately you're not winning, it's disappointing and it can be frustrating.
Nikita, thanks very much for coming on, and I look forward to you giving me a few tips this weekend.
It was a real pleasure, and I really look forward to meeting you and also commentating your matches.